Keith Urban has always been known for his calm presence, his soft-spoken charm, and his deep love for music, especially the emotional honesty woven into every lyric he sings. But ever since the divorce announcement rocked the entertainment world, something has shifted around him. At first, it looked like Keith was handling everything with grace, focusing on work and keeping a low profile. But now, whispers from inside his inner circle are hinting that there's far more going on beneath the surface than anyone realized. According to people who know him best, Keith Urban has been carrying secrets that he's been trying to keep hidden from the public eye, and the truth is finally beginning to spill out. When the divorce news first dropped, fans expected a typical Hollywood reaction. Perhaps a public statement full of gratitude and dignity, or maybe a polished interview explaining the amicable decision. But Keith went completely silent. No emotional posts, no interview tour, no staged photo ops. His quietness became the loudest part of the story. Friends now say that this silence was not calmness, it was shock. Those closest to him reveal that Keith was blindsided in ways the public still doesn't fully understand. He reportedly withdrew from several upcoming commitments, choosing instead to bury himself in the studio. To the outside world, it looked like a musician choosing art over drama. But according to insiders, the studio became more of a safe haven, his only escape from emotional turmoil he wasn't ready to share. Behind the scenes, Keith Urban has been wrestling with pressures he never allowed the public to see. Friends say he had been trying for months to hold things together, juggling the demands of fame, a turbulent home life, and the pressure to appear as the strong, supportive partner the world expected him to be. Sources close to him claim that the emotional weight became unbearable long before the divorce was made public. The late nights, the canceled private events, the sudden distance from people he used to confide in. These were all signs that something deeper was happening. And his friends, the ones who have known him since his early days, began to worry. One of the most surprising revelations comes from a longtime friend who said that Keith had been trying to shield his fans from the truth. He didn't want to look weak. He didn't want anyone to assume he was spiraling or losing control. For a man who has always been open about his past struggles, especially those related to personal battles and emotional resilience, the idea of hiding something seemed out of character. But now insiders are revealing that he felt an overwhelming need to project stability. The truth, according to them, is that Keith Urban was quietly breaking down behind closed doors. He wasn't ready to share that vulnerability. Not yet, not publicly, and certainly not when the world was already picking apart every detail of his marriage. The moment they realized how much he was trying to carry alone, his inner circle stepped in. Several close friends have revealed that Keith has been leaning on them far more than people think. Group dinners with old buddies, late-night conversations, even spontaneous road trips. Anything to keep him grounded. But here's where the story becomes even more emotional. According to these same friends, Keith has been hiding the fact that his confidence took a heavy hit. The divorce wasn't just the end of a marriage. It felt like a personal failure to him. Friends say he repeatedly questioned what he could have done differently, even when they assured him that he had given everything. Another shocking detail his friends exposed involves his music. Keith has reportedly been writing more than ever, filling notebooks with lyrics he has no intention of releasing, at least not yet. They describe page after page of raw emotion, heartbreak, and self-reflection. One friend said that if these songs ever make it to an album, it will be the most vulnerable and revealing work of his entire career. But Keith reportedly doesn't want to share these songs publicly right now. He fears that releasing them would make his private pain a public spectacle. So he writes and writes and writes, using music not as a career tool but as a lifeline. Insiders say Keith has shifted his focus toward rebuilding his personal life from the ground up. Instead of rushing into the spotlight or making grand career moves, he's choosing small routines, morning walks, quiet time off social media, reconnecting with old friends he hasn't spoken to in years. Friends say he's been rediscovering who he is outside of fame, outside of marriage, outside of public expectations. And while he hasn't spoken publicly about the divorce in depth, those closest to him insist he is slowly finding his strength again, not for the cameras, but for himself. Whatever Keith Urban is working through privately, one thing is clear. His journey is far from over. This is only the beginning of a new chapter, and fans around the world are already watching, waiting, and supporting him every step of the way.